Hi everyone. Today we will discuss about measurement of time and simple pendulum. What is a simple pendulum? Which are the terms related to simple pendulum? And how will you calculate the time period of a simple pendulum and the factors affecting the time period of a simple pendulum? Now we will discuss what is a simple pendulum. A simple pendulum is a heavy point mass suspended from a rigid support by a massless and inextensible string. The ball is called the bob. Here you can see a simple pendulum, and the pendulum is loosened at the lower end and the pendulum is fastened at the top. Now you can see the simple pendulum is at rest. This rest position of the pendulum is known as its mean position, MEAN, mean position or equilibrium position. When the bow from its mean position O is pulled to one side and then released, the pendulum is set in motion and the bob moves alternatively on either side of its mean position. One complete to and fro motion of the bob of pendulum is called one oscillation. Now the pendulum is executing an oscillatory motion. So the first term related to simple pendulum is oscillation. So the definition of one oscillation is one complete to and fro motion of the bob of the pendulum is called one oscillation. Second term, period of an oscillation or time period. This is the time taken to complete one oscillation is called time period and its unit is second. The third term is frequency of oscillation. Frequency is the number of oscillations made in 1 second and the unit is hertz, Hertz. This time period and frequency is related to each other. Frequency is equal to 1 by time period or time period is 1 by frequency. Next term related to simple pendulum is amplitude. The maximum displacement of the bob from its mean position on either side is called the amplitude of oscillation and its unit is meter. The last term is effective length of a pendulum. It is the distance of the point of oscillation O from the point of suspension is called its effective length. Next, we are going to study how to measure the time period of a simple pendulum. We are going to do an experiment to find time period of a simple pendulum. To measure the time period of a simple pendulum, the bob is slightly displaced from its mean position O and is then released. It begins to move to and fro about its mean position. The time taken for 20 complete oscillations is measured with the help of a stopwatch and then the answer that we got in the stopwatch is divided by 20. So the answer we got is the time period of that given simple pendulum. This experiment is repeated with different lengths. For example, first we will take the length of the pendulum is 25 centimeter. Then the second experiment with 30, 35, 40 respectively. For each length, the time taken for 20 oscillations is calculated and time period is calculated using the formula time period T is equal to time taken small letter t divided by 20. Thus, we can calculate the time period of a simple pendulum. Next topic is which are the factors affecting time period of a simple pendulum. In that first factor, the time period of a simple pendulum is directly proportional to the square root of its effective length. Time period depends on length. Here you can see the shorter length moving fast and the second one is moving slowly. That is, the time period increases as the length of the pendulum increases. So, length is directly proportional to the time period of a pendulum. Second factor on which the time period depends is acceleration due to gravity. The time period of oscillation is inversely proportional to the square root of acceleration due to gravity. Because of this reason, the pendulum clock goes slow, that is, the time period increases when it is taken to mountains or to mines due to decrease in the value of acceleration due to gravity. Next is factors which does not depends on time period of a simple pendulum. In that first one, the time period of oscillation does not depend on mass or material of the body or the bob. That means if we take two pendulums of equal length but with different bobs of different masses or different material, the time period will remain constant, that is same. Second factor which does not depend on the time period of a simple pendulum is the time period of oscillation does not depend on the amplitude of the pendulum. So now we came to conclude our topic simple pendulum, definition of simple pendulum, terms related to simple pendulum, how to calculate the time period of a simple pendulum using that experiment, then two factors which depends on the time period of a simple pendulum and two factors which does not depends on the time period of a simple pendulum. And the last topic is seconds pendulum. If the time period of a pendulum is equal to 2 seconds, then that time period is known as, or that pendulum is known as seconds pendulum. Thank you.